The ginseng crop here in Wausau is nearly ready for harvest, but they never would have guessed 4 to 5 years ago when they planted it that tariffs would have been a problem. But now it's at the root of the issue for Wisconsin. This has become an all too familiar sight over the last year, the third time we've had to adorn a vehicle with these types of mementos. But it serves as a great reminder that the community still stands with the police. Take these cosmetic products, for instance. They look real enough, but inside, absolutely nothing. They're actually flasks ready to hide alcohol and leave you none the wiser. They've traded face-to-face community meetings for this: technology upgrades to their home security. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the salt domes here in Greenfield ready to go for the first snow of the season. And while you may not be ready, the Greenfield DPW is raring to go. Families here around 37th and Meineke will no longer be able to sit down here and enjoy their kids at Butterfly Park after it was torched over the weekend. And as crews clean up the charred remains that are still here, so go the memories of the people who enjoyed the park for years. With sparks cascading onto the wood chips, the cleanup at Butterfly Park cuts deeper than the saw through the old singed playground equipment.
This is my childhood memories and my baby memories. But it's all destroyed now, so yeah.
She loves to stay on the slides. It's terrible.
Police say at least 2 teens were responsible for the fire that tore through this playground equipment over the weekend. And while people are happy to see it's already being cleaned up, they're ticked off it happened in the first place.
That was very selfish, because this is a neighborhood park, a community park. This just wasn't for the kids that did it. So now you mess it up for other little kids that want to come and play and enjoy that stuff, because now they can't even do that because it's not here anymore.
Kids like 3-year-old Miracle, who's too young to understand why she can't come to the park anymore.
What'd you say when you go down the slide?
I said, wee.
That's good. That's good. We're going to find our baby another slide.
I hope they remodel it, but it's not going to be remodeled no time soon, so I don't know what it'll turn into after this.
The Department of Public Works says they do plan on rebuilding Butterfly Park, but the budget for 2019 and 2020 is already committed to planned projects. However, if funding does become available, they could start rebuilding this as soon as next year. At Butterfly Park, for the Now, I'm Shaun Gallagher. Now, I get it. 3 straight losses in the Eastern Conference Finals are brutal, but we need to let off some steam so that we can be prepared in the next 24 hours to step back into our role as Bucks fans. A much different looking Deer District today, trying to wash off that stench of defeat, but hard to miss a literal cloud over Fiserv Forum.
I was a little upset. Disappointment.
Rick and Dan Savajan are keeping their cool about the Bucks, but others aren't as put together. Dana Ehrman is taking her aggression out at Bustin' Stuff in Bayview.
Any frustrations I was feeling last night watching the game came out in the room today.
3 losses are frustrating enough, but she's more motivated by the king of the 6.
In fact, I might do another bucket, dedicate that to Drake.
A Drake bucket.
A Drake bucket.
I took Dana's advice. With the soundtrack of rival rapper Pusha T playing in my head,
when you don't even write your songs,
I let Drizzy have it.
So if you're stressed out about the Bucks, come here. You won't be as stressed.
But will prayer help?
Yeah.
We may need a higher power.
I've never had so many requests for prayers before in my life.
Others are speaking it into existence. Jim Gauze just bought a ticket to Game 7.
Like Giannis said, this thing isn't over yet. We're going to prove we're the best. So.
And I think if Giannis, as he said, we're going to go to Toronto, we're going to win, I think they're going to do it. They're going to come back here on Monday.
It's graduation season, where students look forward to putting their high school careers in the rear view. But faculty here at Greenfield High School wanted to make sure they knew one bad decision could lead to deadly consequences. Greenfield High School students walked into the football field stands for one of the last times before they graduate and got a first-hand look at what it would be like if one of them never had the chance to walk out.
It's a great opportunity for students to see the reality of their choices.
The mock crash is as realistic as possible. Blood, airbags, first responders. It even includes one student being zipped up in a body bag.
Losing my loved ones, not saying goodbye, not seeing my friends, things running through other people's minds.
For the students acting in the crash, they think it will make an impact on their classmates.
I think it kind of impacted them more seeing people that they see on a daily basis at school.
I think it had an impact. Like, some teens might realize that drinking and driving is not that important, and you shouldn't be doing it.
But even had an impact on those involved.
All right, walk this way, man.
And seeing him in a body bag just kind of hit me. I was like, I hope this never happens.
The students will also come together as a class to discuss exactly what they saw here today and make sure that none of this happens to them. At Greenfield High School, Shaun Gallagher, today's TMJ4.